The holidays have come and gone for another year, but one of my favorite things about the holidays, my friends come back to Saskatoon, get to see them once again, and that includes a brand new friend, someone I just met for the very first time today, Marissa Roberto. Marissa, welcome back to Saskatoon.
Thank you so much. Lovely meeting you as well.
For those of you who don't know, but there's probably lots who do, Marissa on the great show Reviews on the Run, which can be seen on Shaw, Channel 127, G4. Reviews on the Run, Marissa Roberto, video game reviewer extraordinaire, one of the great reviewers on there.
Extraordinaire, my goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. From Saskatoon, right here in our humble city. I found that out when I was doing a little bit of research on you. Like I wanted to find out about you because it seemed like we have an awful lot in common.
Oh.
Both from Saskatoon originally.
Yes, of course. Born and raised.
Yeah. Both work in television.
Yes, true.
Yeah. You review video games.
I do.
I review movies.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're on the same level then.
Same level. And this explains why we're standing out here at snowy Cairns Field. We are both huge baseball fans.
Yes, massive baseball fans.
So that makes you pretty much the coolest person in the world.
Oh my God, thank you. Did I get an award? Or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does lead me to my first question. Will you marry me?
Oh my, this is very awkward.
Well, I realize we did just meet about 10 minutes ago, but you know, sorry.
This is really awkward. You're putting me on the spot, and you haven't even met my father, so I really don't think this is going to work out.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm sorry.
Your boyfriend might also be a little upset, I guess.
Well, he already has dibs, so.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Well, I guess we'll just leave it at the interview for now, fine, if that's the way you want to be. Well, let's talk a little bit about the whole, the show. I mean, we were talking about it before the camera rolled. How did this whole thing start out? I mean, it's kind of amazing the way it's come in a relatively short period of time.
Oh yes, no kidding. Well, I went to school for journalism and broadcasting. I started putting together my own videos. I started sneaking into gaming events. I met Sean Hiatt and Victor Lucas at Fan Expo last year, and then Victor Lucas saw my videos. I guess he liked the interaction I was having with Sean Hiatt as well. He saw that I was putting work out there, and he just invited me to audition, and it was honestly the greatest email I've ever gotten in my life. I was so nervous, of course, but just getting to audition for the show and just standing there with Sean Hiatt, it was a dream for me, and I've wanted this for so long, and to actually get it, it's been surreal, really.
That's awesome. And it's a field that, you know, you don't necessarily think of a ton of women being involved in it. There's something else you were talking about, you know. A lot of your friends didn't even really know you're kind of a video game nerd. I mean, this is pretty cool.
Well, I started when I was younger. My parents are actually pretty strict Italian. There are Italians in Saskatoon. If you didn't know, there are. But I guess being from Saskatoon, you would know that. But everybody in Toronto always gives me the whole thing like there are Italians in Saskatoon. Yes, there really are. Sure. And they're pretty strict, though. So I had to stay home almost all the time. I could never go out and party with friends. I would stay home, so my parents would get us the latest video gaming systems that me and my brother would play on, and honestly, the greatest Christmas was getting that N64.
Nice.
It was amazing. We just killed Mario Kart and GoldenEye. It was just constant. We had styes in our eyes because they were strained so bad. But it's like, this is what you wanted, Mom. This is what you wanted. We're home. We're playing this, okay? Yes, check this one out. But, so just going from that to Toronto, I kind of left all my gaming systems behind. Even my Game Gear. I didn't even take my Game Gear. And yes, I had a Game Gear.
That's cool.
Eight AA batteries that baby took. Yeah. I just wanted it because my brother had a Game Boy. And I wanted the Game Gear because I could play it in the dark at night. It would light up. It was so cool. But just coming to Toronto, I kind of went for a totally different thing, and realizing that wasn't going to work out. I went to journalism school, and I always knew that I wanted to do something in gaming or in baseball because those are the two things that I love the most. So if you're going to be in this industry, which is very tough, by the way, it's a very tough industry. If you're going to be in it, you might as well be doing something that you love to do. So yes, just video games. Oh my God, how cool are video games? And of course I want to be in this industry. So just, okay, I'm a girl, but that shouldn't, if you're a girl, it shouldn't stop you. You don't have to do girly things. We don't need to talk about makeup all the time, do we? Of course not. Or shoes. We don't need to fit those stereotypes. Let's break free of the mold. Let's break free of it. Enjoy some video games. If you got an iPad for Christmas, come on. There's some wicked games you can play on that. You could become a gamer too.
That's good stuff. And that's actually what you review on the show, on Reviews on the Run. You do a lot of the iOS games, you and Sean talking about that. Your favorite iOS game of all time. If you're getting the girls in there playing it, they've got their iPads or their iPhone, whatever, what's the game they have to have?
Okay, for the ladies out there, Sword and Sorcery, Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP is my favorite iOS game. It went for Game of the Year. That was my vote for Game of the Year. But my favorite iOS game of all time is, and I think always will be, Plants vs. Zombies. I absolutely love tower defense, and something about that strategizing that really gets me involved. And I feel like with my girlfriends especially, I can throw them into something like that because it's cute, but it's still challenging, and it kind of gets them involved, and maybe you don't even realize that you're playing a video game halfway through it. It just looks really cool at first, and the sounds are really awesome, and then once you get into it, kind of like, you know what, maybe you could be a gamer too.
Good stuff. My personal recommendation, I swear I've lost half my holiday playing Where's My Water. I cannot stop playing it.
That game is awesome. It's so much fun. I know I got the code from Disney, and I was super excited to play it because I was looking at it on the App Store, but we didn't have to review it for the show, and I was so busy playing other games for the show that I hadn't had a chance to play it. And once I got started, it's so cool. I love that game. Yes, play Where's My Water too. If you like anything puzzly, Where's My Water? Where's My Water? I need water. Where's My Water is a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we could stand here and talk about video games and things for probably a couple of hours, but I do want to talk a little bit about baseball. Where did this come from? Where did the big love for baseball come from, Marissa?
Okay, well, growing up, you would never actually think that I was a baseball fan, and I totally wasn't, growing up in Saskatoon, as sad as that sounds. But then just going to Toronto, I got a job at the Rogers Centre, behind home plate, serving. It's a serving job, but it was an awesome serving job, just serving,
games.
behind home plate, and just getting to see the magic that happens in baseball. And if you're not a baseball fan, I find that people always say, why are you a baseball fan? It's so slow. It's the worst sport. Why don't you watch hockey?
People don't understand.
That's right.
I feel bad for them.
I know. I feel bad for them too. And the thing that I've realized more and more, and the more I fall in love with the game, is that I feel like I'm very special. And you're very special for loving such an awesome sport. I want everyone to love baseball. But you know what? If you don't love it, I kind of feel bad for you.
Exactly.
I mean, hockey's cool, but baseball's pretty awesome. Yeah. Just watch baseball.
Good stuff. You should go to Wrigley Field too. That's where the Cubs play.
Yeah, I've heard you like the Cubs.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cubs are cool and everything, but I mean, I don't know, really, the Cubs.
The Cubs.
I guess when you guys got Ted Lilly, I was really jealous because I love Ted Lilly. I don't know, something about his face. I judge baseball players not only by how well they play, but how I think they are as people. So I just felt like Ted Lilly looked like a nice guy. He had a nice face.
Yeah, we miss Ted on the Cubs.
Oh yeah, well I missed him as a Blue Jay. Actually, I really miss Roy Halladay, but what can you do about that?
Best pitcher in baseball. He's unfortunately had to move on to Philadelphia.
So sad.
So sad. Marissa, it's been so much fun to talk with you today. Thank you for carving some time out here during the holidays. I know you have to get back to Toronto, get back to work on Reviews on the Run, but I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me. This has been so much fun.